All right, welcome in to another edition of the North Idaho Prepcast here on IdahoSports.com. Football is finally in the books, and boy, are we excited to hit on to Thanksgiving. That's why it's on Tuesday, a little earlier than people might expect, but we're not going to be here after 4 o'clock. We actually do have a triple header on Idaho Sports, though. We have this one right now, and then at the East Idaho Prepcast will be at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. And then I believe the Idaho 8-man Prepcast is going to be on tonight at around 7:30. So you could get a dose of get a good dose of Idaho sports all night long on Tuesday before we hit the break. But as always, this podcast is sponsored by Cornerstone Insurance, our great insurance company up in northern Idaho and around the northwest area. And it's also on Facebook, YouTube, and X. So tune in live, drop a comment, like, share, follow, whatever you got to do to spread this out to as many people as you can. We have a huge episode today, probably one of our biggest episodes we've done. But without further ado, I'll bring on our North Idaho co-host, Ryan Scaggs. What's going on, man? Are you excited for today?
Dude, I'm pumped for today, man. State tournaments are finally over. We had Monday Night Football last night, and I'm not talking about NFL. We had a 5A game at Bronco Stadium last night that I think didn't go the way many people thought it was going to go, but hats off to BK on winning state 5A championship last night. And all the teams that won state championships over the weekend. We'll hit that at the end of the episode. We'll talk about the local schools up here up north, but what was a phenomenal season, and we're going to highlight some of the athletes in North Idaho throughout this prepcast today that I think represented themselves as their schools and their towns and everybody very, very well. And so yeah, I'm excited for this episode. This is the All North Idaho team episode, so we're releasing our All North Idaho teams for 6A, 5A, and then 4A, 3A, and then 2A and 1A. For football. So this is, it's kind of grown over the years. And now I keep getting messages from coaches like, hey, we're pumped. When are you releasing the list? And that was 2 weeks ago. So with no further ado, this is our episode. We get to put the list out there today. And we're going to do something special this year too. We're bringing in some players with each list. So somebody that's going to be represented on each of these lists that, had themselves a phenomenal season. And you get a chance to meet some of these athletes as well if you're listening at home or on the go, and you can spread this to all your family members wherever they may be.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a few comments rolling in. Sam saying it looks like you guys are matching. Yeah, well, looks good.
I doubt Hayden's got the same shirt I've got on. But
nope, mine says Wyoming. I don't think that's going to get beat. Nope, yeah. I'm not going to be able to beat a Fiesta Bowl.
Sorry. But yeah, no, I'm excited. So I guess if you want to jump into it, first list we're going to do is a 6A, 5A, and we're going to bring in a guest from Sandpoint, an absolute stud. I mean, we'll just be real. He had a phenomenal season. And
let's start here. Yeah, let's bring on Brock Yarborough. How are you, man? I tell you what, before I go there, I tell you what, Scaggs, this is probably the people we're about to bring on, including Brock, are probably the people we have talked about the most on this prepcast the entire year. Like, it is without question the people we hit on consistently.
Yeah, and Brock, you had a phenomenal year. And I was talking to your coach yesterday, and I'm like, I don't know if I've seen a kid in the state of Idaho be as dominant in all three phases of the game, and not just returning. I'm talking kicking. I think the last person I knew of that had like a league leading season in three different categories or was all league in three different areas, if I'm not mistaken, was Kyle Brotzman when he played at Meridian High School back in the early 2000s, and he kicked for Boise State University. I think that's the last athlete I can think of that's done that.
Yeah, but, I mean, yeah, I don't really know what to say, but yeah, I just been kicking. I used to play soccer, and my parents were both Division I athletes, and I think I carried the genes.
Certainly helps.
Clearly.
So, what was because you're all league at wide receiver, all league at linebacker, and all league kicker. Of those three positions, which one is the most stressful?
Well, this is my first year actually playing defense, so I had to learn a lot on the go, and so probably defense is the most pressure because like I'm just learning new stuff, and I've been kicking for a while and I've been playing offense for a while, but yeah, I definitely would be defense.
Nice. A couple comments rolling in. Sam Buffington saying maybe not. We got X sent Cena saying hi, and then Max Oswald from the Bonner County Daily Bee. Brock, congrats on all your success this season from the Daily Bee. Shout out, Max.
We've got I think we're getting trolled on the YouTube channel.
Your mom fave 6969. You play defense. Waterboy. Autistic helicopter. I don't even know what that means.
I don't know if we're
Brock,
going to
how
bring
many
in
people
any
did
more of
you?
these
How many
YouTube
people did you bring on from your fans? Like, holy cow, Brock!
I honestly think that we're getting trolled by bots on YouTube.
That's all right.
So,
There's too many.
yeah.
Well, let's show the actual selections of who actually made. This is the first time anyone's seen this outside of Ryan and I. So this is a big deal. So we'll start at 6A, 5A. Offensive Player of the Year, Braden Buckhout. Defensive player goes to Ian Dolan, and then Coach Amos is the Coach of the Year. Scaggs, I'll start with you. You did the list. Highlight a couple things that you see there, since you are the author of this.
Yeah, so I mean, Braden had a phenomenal year, and I think Brock is probably the best person to talk to about this situation. What did Braden bring to your team this year, and what was the difference from last year to this year coming into the season with him?
Last year we had a lot of seniors that just like didn't care about it, and Braden and a couple of our seniors this year really brought the energy in the weight room and on the field. We had discipline, and we just like worked hard, really hard.
Yeah, and you got a chance to play against Ian Dolan when you guys played Coeur d'Alene. That defense from Coeur d'Alene was pretty outstanding in that ball game, and they were good all year. Of all the teams that you had faced, I mean, let's just talk about some of your opponents too, because I think that's a great question. But within your league and everything, who brings the most, like, week in and week out, whenever you get hyped to play them? I'm probably assuming it's the team about 30 miles south of you guys, but with your schedule and the way it was, because you guys had to travel on the road and everything else, what was the one opponent this year that just brought it every single play?
Oh, it would be definitely Coeur d'Alene. Coeur d'Alene brought the intensity. We had a turnover on the first kickoff, and they returned it and scored a touchdown and kind of brought our morale down. And so the season could have gone either way after that, but we decided to come back and start winning again.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, let's pull up the 6A, 5A offensive all team selections. Scaggs, roll through a few of these if you don't mind.
Well, let's start with the offensive line, because I think that's where everything starts offensively, but that's coming as a former OC. Will Peed on the O-line for Lakeland, Kenai Munier from Lakeland as well. You got another league opponent, Fletcher Wadsworth from Lewiston on there. And then you have Bronson Best and Maverick Lanigan from Lake City, Xander Scholes from Post Falls, Colt Robertson from Coeur d'Alene, and Owen Hughes, your teammate from Sandpoint. You got a chance to face every one of these guys. Obviously as a defensive player and linebacker for Sandpoint. Talk about Owen and what he means to your team up front.
I love Owen. He's a great guy, and he just makes me laugh, and he worked hard, and like he's one of the seniors that stepped it up from last year. And yeah, he was our center and he did really good. And yeah, I just really like him.
And then at wide receiver, we've got you, Brock Yarbrough from Sandpoint, Maverick Gomez, your teammate, Jace Taylor from Lakeland, Michael Earl, DJ Wilkerson, both from Lewiston, and Gibson Comstock from Coeur d'Alene in that group. Maverick is one of those athletes. I look at him, he's an absolute freak. And just what he brings in the speed and everything, his ability to stretch the field, did that kind of keep you from getting double teamed a lot this year?
Yes, it did. Like teams would play back, and that allowed me to get more like receptions and more targets, which really helped. So we built on each other. Like they had to cover one of us, they couldn't double team, and it really helped our offense.
Yeah, pick a poison, because if they start to focus on you, it opened the game up for Maverick too.
Yeah, no doubt there. You mean some of the running backs that stand out. I mean, Griffin Tamagni, Jensen Sheets, and Brandon Felix. I was impressed with Brandon Felix Scaggs when I watched him play Lewiston. But I want to ask you this, Brock, since you did play defense, who was the running back that impressed you the most? And it might not even be somebody on this list that you were just blown away by this year.
I would have to say Griffin Chamagni on Lakeland, because like they are run heavy. It's like so hard. Like all their linemen are coming at you, and he just moved his feet like a bunch, and he just put his head down and ran through you. And so it was kind of tough.
Scaggs, anything to add there?
Yeah, I mean, quarterback, we've got Peyton Hillman and Tanner Stern. We're not missing Braden Buckout if you're jumping on, because he was our offensive player of the year. So he didn't make the quarterback list because he's already there. And then athlete tight end, we had Jeffrey Yoder from Lewiston and Cash Lund from Lakeland. Cash is a fun athlete. I mean, I think if you're just a football guy, it's probably one of those players on the field that you could admire, even if you're playing against them, just because that kid plays so dang hard. How did you guys account for him in your win against Lakeland when you guys beat them earlier this year?
I mean, our whole team decided that was our one goal, is we wanted to beat Lakeland so bad during the season, and we just played really hard and listened to our coaching, and we got the job done.
Awesome. Hey, let's talk about your coach real quick, because I've got a chance to get to know him over the years, and he's had an immense amount of success. Coach Knowles knows probably forgotten more football than I can remember. And, he walks in with your team every year, and it seems like, I don't know for what reason it is, he can even have a down year that, Sandpoint wasn't necessarily picked to be the favorite within the league this year. And you guys come in and you opened up and got a huge win on the road at Twin Falls to open things up. And that seemed to just carry forward through the season. What does Coach mean to your program and to you as an athlete? I mean, I know that you're lucky because you're only a junior. You get another year with him, which I'm sure you're excited for next year too. But what has he done for that Sandpoint team that sets you guys apart from maybe some of the other teams in 5A?
This year, he pushed us really hard in the weight room and on the field. And our coaching staff, like they say they don't sleep. Like they study film. They want us to win. They're like almost more invested than some of our players. And that just means a lot, especially to the seniors that care so much. And yeah, he's just really good and good football knowledge.
Awesome. Well, let's pull up that defense list for the 6A, 5A, and we'll go through it so you can take a look at see who's there. So on the defensive line, we got Darren Flanagan from Sandpoint, Mateo Rea from Coeur d'Alene, Ryland Peterson from Coeur d'Alene, Parker Bagley from Lewiston. He made it on both offense and defense. Kenai Munier also there again. Cash Preston from Post Falls on the defensive front. Linebacker Ben Murray from Coeur d'Alene. The guy's a tackle machine. This is his second year in a row he's made the team. Roman Turnbull, your teammate, along with you. Peyton Sardina from Lakeland. Damian Hamilton from Post Falls, and Brennan Rice in that linebacker crew. Let's go to your teammate Roman Turnbull, because I kind of leaked the list to your coach because he said he wanted to get some awards made for you guys. But he said that I'm so glad you added Roman to this list because he meant so much to your guys' defense. You talk about, he talks highly about Roman. What's some things that maybe we don't get to see or get to know about him as a teammate?
Well, Roman as a person, he's a quiet kid, but he works so hard and he's so strong. He was really good at middle linebacker, and next year we're gonna miss him. Yeah, he works really hard in the weight room and he's huge.
That's awesome. Look at the defensive backfield. Jack Schreiber from Sandpoint, George Mitchell from Coeur d'Alene, along with Maddox Lindquist, Cash Lund, Jace Taylor from Lakeland, Blaise Hepburn from Lewiston, and Alex Dean from Post Falls. And then obviously our special teams player of the year is you. You kind of do it all. And so that was why I wanted to bring you on, because I'm like, man, we could have the QB. Everybody talks to the QB, but you impact the game so much in all three phases. And that was something that, Coach Knowles and I talked about, that, he said he was sitting back at the end of the year going through your stats and he was just laughing at the season that you had, just because it's so rare that you see somebody that, it's one thing having a great receiver and you just so happen to kick two, but not only do you kick two, you're really flipping good at kicking. Like your percentages are crazy. So how much time do you invest during practice to honing that skill? Because I mean, you got to think like you stretch yourself pretty thin. So are you putting in a lot of time outside of practice to make up for time that maybe you lose during the scheduled day?
Oh yeah, 100%. I go to Spokane sometimes to train with my kicking coach, and I also do like pro vision, like for like offense and defense. Like I take a lot of time outside of football, and then during practice we also work on this stuff, and it also helps me.
Got a couple comments rolling in, residual comments actually. Parker Bagley from Lewiston, his mom Amanda's here saying we're beyond proud of his efforts playing both sides of the ball. Sean Kane, our East Idaho co-host, says Brock, great game versus Skyline. It was fun. Well, he says full, but I'm assuming he said fun seeing you play. Dan Rudolph Jr., DJ Wilkerson is a special athlete, only a sophomore. He's out of Lewiston. Sean also says, again, you were really good on defense this year. And then lastly, Joel Richardson, our other East Idaho Prepcast co-host, says Cash Lund equals great blocker, solid hands. Wish I could have watched him more. This East Idaho guy became a fan. Lots of good comments. Keep dropping them. We'll try to keep up with them as much as we can. But Scaggs, if you don't have anything else, I think we should let Brock get back to his vacation.
Yeah, Brock, happy Thanksgiving. What's your favorite thing you're looking forward to on the Thanksgiving dinner table?
Turkey.
Turkey? All right.
Yeah.
That's a question coming up, so we better be prepared throughout this prepcast. Everybody's got to have a solid answer.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Brock. Thanks for joining us, and congrats on the phenomenal year and making the team. Best of luck the rest of the way. I know you're playing basketball this year, I believe. You're point guard, are you not?
Yeah, I am.
All right. Well, good luck this year, and we look forward to keeping an eye on you on the floor as well. And yeah, we're excited to see what you can bring next year.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Brock. All right. So, Scaggs, we got one down, two more to go. And let's bring on our 4A, 3A guests, and that's Danny Swift and Keenan Moss. How are you guys doing? You had to wait a little longer than we said, but how's it going up there?
Oh, good. Good. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So, Keenan, has your back not as sore now, like from toting the rock so many times this year, carrying the offense at times?
Yeah, it's not that sore anymore.
Coach, I made a joke. I think it was week 4 that I go, the only thing Keenan can do at this point is probably drive the bus home, because you guys asked so many carries of him at that point in the season. It had to have been a fun year for you guys, though, was it not?
Yeah, it definitely was. From last year to this year, a lot more fun.
So, it's been great to watch these guys grow, and Keenan did a great job for us this year. We had a lot of fun with him.
So, Coach, what was the difference between last year and this year? Obviously, the maturation within your team helped, but what really set the tone for you guys to have the success that you did at the 4A ranks?
Oh, I think just taking the next step in our program, year 3, and inherited a great program, but it's just different. We're different people, and so getting the buy-in and the belief in the off season, and these guys. I mean, the players do it all. They put the work in. They showed up, and they showed out, and they committed to camp. We were able to take a JV and a varsity team down to Whitworth and do team camp. First time in years we've had that, and I really think that kicked our summer off and our season off in a really, really good way. They performed well, and I think it really lit a fire and excited them for what we knew they could be, but maybe they hadn't believed that yet. So that was pretty cool.
So, Keenan, we've got, folks from across the state watching. You guys are isolated way in the northern doldrums of Idaho. Fill some folks in on what Bonners Ferry football is about, because not a lot of teams got a chance to see you guys this year, and then you go down the playoffs and play a heck of a first-round game. Unfortunately, obviously, ending in the loss. But I think people were sleeping on the Badgers a little bit coming into the playoffs.
Oh yeah. I don't know. It's a small town, so everyone knows everyone. So I guess just our team's really connected. We all hang out, go do stuff together over the summer, in the winter.
Yeah, we have a couple comments. I got to bring this one up. Sean says, "Can you be on my fancy team, Keenan?" I think he meant fantasy. Just a hunch there. Maybe you can join his fancy team too.
He's got pretty fancy feet.
He does. That's a good one.
And then Kendra Moss says, "Congratulations to all the athletes and their dedication." Keenan, is that your mom?
Yeah.
She's glad she's tuning in on the North Idaho Prepcast.
She's got a lot to be proud of, though. Just, from the fan standpoint, we can go and look at stats and everything on Max Preps and just see, from the eye level, it's like, oh man, he had a great year. Was there one game in your mind that just really stood out, saying like, hey, this is a game that really kind of set me apart from, some of my peers within, my position group around the state?
Definitely Northwest Christian game. I got the ball like 50 times that game. And last year, everyone was shocked at my Kellogg game, and it was like 295 yards, and then it was 100 more. So,
Good night.
Good.
Yeah, so I'll just be honest. Like, you have in that one game, you've got as many rushing yards in that one football game, close to some of our guys that made the list in other classifications. Like, it was just, the numbers were absolutely ridiculous. So, being in Bonners Ferry, travel starts to work into how you guys have to operate in long road trips and stuff like that, and trying to piecemeal games. So I guess this is more for Coach. How do you set your team up for success in the scheduling side of things, being located where you are? I mean, it's got to be hard to try to fill that schedule when you only have a 3-team conference.
Oh, it's brutal. It's something we're working with our AD to try to, build on. And unfortunately, we've been kind of a hit or miss team. So, and nobody really knows what they're going to get. So, I think if we can put some good years back to back and know people can know what they expect, it maybe it'd be worth it for them to come play us and we come down and make a trip also. But it's finances, it's all the school stuff. We all know how that goes. So, I tell the kids all year, we just take it one day at a time, one play at a time, one rep at a time, and all you can do is control what's in front of you. Control the controllables. Whoever's on the schedule, we're going to play them. We're going to play them as hard as we can play, and go out there and try to win one play at a time. And we'll see what happens. At the end of the day, the scoreboard's in our favor. We're going to be happy about that. And if it's not, we're going to know that we left it all on the field. So that's the approach we take.
So I'll take the position as if I'm a college recruiter and you got 30 seconds to sell me on the kid sitting next to you on why I should have him on my team. What, as a coach, spending as much time around him as you have, like, what do I need to know about Keenan as an athlete and as a kid?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to talk fast. He's a wonderful young man, a better person off the field than he is on the field. He's gonna outwork anybody. He's willing to put the work in. He's got special hips, special feet, a wonderful eye for the field. And I think one thing that you can't watch by seeing film is his intelligence. Crazy smart football player, offensively, defensively, special teams, a coach on the field. He does it all. He could be anything that they want him to be. And number one, he wants to be there. He wants to take the next step. He wants to work hard, and he wants that opportunity to show people what he can do.
That's amazing. Keenan, are you getting any phone calls?
Oh no, not yet.
No? Oh man, I gotta make some calls for you, dude.
Few more comments here, then we'll hop into the selections. Chris Moss Nelson says, super proud of the Bonners Ferry Badgers. Sean, residual comment says PPR league, points per reception. That'll add up quick for Keenan. And then Max Oswald from the Bonner County V says, congrats on a great year, Keenan.
Yeah.
All right, let's hop into it. The 4A, 3A player of the years, or the 2 player of the years. We got Keenan Moss, and then Chase Scribner, as well as Danny Swift. You're the coach of the year. What are your guys' initial thoughts on those awards that we put together? I'll start with you, Keenan.
I don't know. It just feels good to see that all my hard work this summer has paid off.
Absolutely. No, that's great.
Coach,
great.
as being a coach of the year, I'm sure there's some years that are leaner than others, but when you have the season like you did with the kids, the special group that you had this year, was that only the third state appearance for you guys? I'm trying to remember because I know I did a game when you guys played in the playoffs a few years ago against Wood River, but it was the first time in a long time you guys had made a state tournament appearance.
Yeah, and I don't want to, I don't want to offend anybody. It's hard to find records around here. So going back, I have a pretty good idea. I played my last season in 2003 here, so it's pretty special to get to come back and be a part of the community that I love, and we just have so many great young men. But I think the newspaper article said it was the second winning season in the last 20 years. So I know we made a couple playoff appearances in the in the teens there, but we had a good run in the mid 2000s. But to get there to the last 4 years is special for us, and we're hoping that it's we're here to stay. That's the goal, longevity
on that mountain. Yeah. Well, let's go to the position group list. For offensive line, we got Brady Hatton and Lyndon Rainwater from Priest River, Paul Dixon from Moscow, Cody Mitchell from St. Mary's, Kobe Beach from Grangeville, Kai Aitken, and Taylor Dodd from Bonners Ferry on that list. And let's talk about your two guys right there at the bottom. Keenan, what does Kai and Taylor mean to you, man?
Oh, everything. They're on my own line. Couldn't do it without them. They put a lot of work in the off season. It really paid off. Kai's got great hands. Taylor's big body, really strong. Helps us a lot.
That's awesome. And then a wide receiver group, we've got Drayden Taylor from Kellogg, Brock Barta from St. Mary's, Isaiah Gustaffi from St. Mary's, Leighton Goins from Priest River, Riley Cheney from Moscow, and Troy Long from Grangeville. We go to the quarterback position. You've got Jack Barta from St. Mary's, Wyatt Croft from Moscow, the freshman. Running back, Colton Koprenko from Priest River, Nate Fagert from Priest River, Hollis Elliott from Grangeville, and Colton Kendall from Moscow. And then rounding out that group is the athlete tight end. You got Conrad Hyatt from Bonners Ferry and Keaton Fry from Moscow. Coach, any guys on that list? Because I know you faced a whole bunch of them. Are there a few guys on that list that gave you some headaches or some nightmares, hard to sleep at night?
Oh, man, we played a lot of these guys. Great list of football players, man. Brady Hatton, what a workhorse, big kid, strong, just a nightmare to coach against. Paul Dixon, both guys play both ways. They were brutal. Drayden Taylor, we didn't get to see him, watched him on film. He got hurt early on, so that was a bummer. We were hoping the best for him. Just a deadly athlete on film, though. And then that St. Mary's passing game, man, that was our focus. And our guys did a good job of slowing them down, but you couldn't stop them. They're very, very talented. And Leighton Goins has got a great career ahead of him. And then I gotta talk about my guy Conrad Hyatt. He was the blocker, man. He was all the dirty work. He wanted, like any young man that's growing up wanting to run the ball. He would have loved more touches, but he always took the lead, and it was head first, hands first, leading for Keenan and the team, catching the ball out of the backfield, making plays all over the place. So,
I mean, there was even games this year where Keenan still had a pretty good stat line, but Conrad, he put up a couple hundred yards multiple times throughout the year, and it was like, holy cow, we got a two-headed monster up there in Bonners Ferry. That's a tough team to prepare against. That's a real benefit too when you have that explosive athletes too.
Oh, we're blessed, man. We're blessed with great kids. That's the only reason a guy like me wins that award. So there you go. Great players make coaches look good.
That's right. There you go. Well, let's go to the defensive side of the ball. So on the defensive line, we got Gage Smith from Grangeville, Mason Marzol from Moscow, along with George Stott, AJ Peak from Kellogg, Brady Hatton showing up again from Priest River, along with Gavin Grismer, Cody Mitchell from St. Mary's, and Derek Vincent from Bonners Ferry. At linebacker, we got Jericho Pike. We've got Conrad Hyatt and Keenan Moss at linebacker position from Bonners Ferry. Leighton Goins from Priest River, Amato Stewart from St. Mary's. And then at the DB position, you've got the Leach boys, Hayden and Braden Leach from Priest River, Riston Allred and Cooper Higgins from Bonners Ferry, along with Riker Brennan from Timberlake and Tate Schumacher from Grangeville. And then your special teams player of the year, Conrad Hyatt from Bonners Ferry. So Conrad, he's getting some love too. Let's be real.
That's good. It's well deserved.
Yeah, and we put him there on the special teams because he was a stalwart in the kick return game. Had some big returns for you guys that, sealed some wins. So, you talk about this defensive group within your league, but also, just District 1 and District 2. Some of these guys are going to be back. Like, that's the scary part. Some more guys you got to prepare for next year too.
Oh, absolutely. Mason Marzoff, man, that kid's going to be a monster. If he keeps working, he's one we'll have to prepare for a long time. Got 2 more years as only a sophomore there showing up on your list.
Yep. Yeah, and so, looking at that, let's talk about your 2 DBs, Riston and Cooper. We talk about the success of your offense, really getting the points on the board, but the bigger part's being able to stop the other team on the opposite side. What does Derek and Riston and Cooper and Conrad and Keenan really meant on the defensive side? It seems like your guys have really sold out to the way that you guys play.
Oh, their toughness is off the charts, man. That's something I believe in. We're gonna love them, but we're gonna love them hard. We're gonna expect a lot out of them, and we're gonna push them. And Derek is a technician. He's kind of an undersized defensive end in a lot of setups, but he's gonna grind, man. He gets after it. Had a great year. Had 3 sack game. Had a lot of fun. Keenan and Conrad, just tackling machines, fly around the field, hit hard, play hard. And then defensive coach Hamilton, he put an emphasis on turnovers this year. And Riston and Cooper, they just bought in, ball hawks in the back end there, and really went after it, turned some games around for us. So, and then you talk about the guy sitting next to me, 2 defensive touchdowns, pick 6, fumble return, just making a mess of games for other people. So it was a lot of fun.
A lot of headaches.
Last comment we got before you guys let you go. Kyle Moss says, "Heck of a year, boys. Proud of them boys. Been awesome watching them grow from boys to young men." Last question for both of you guys. What's on the Thanksgiving menu, and what do you look forward to?
Definitely huckleberry pie.
Oh, yeah. My man.
You're gonna have to share some of that. I got something else to look forward to now.
I'm going to Thanksgiving dinner at the Moss household. I'm in.
Yeah. I'm gonna do some hunting and spend some time with family, man. It's time to wind down and enjoy the other things in life. So appreciate you guys.
Go. Hey, congrats on the phenomenal year, guys, and phenomenal career. Best of luck in the future and what you got going on next, Keenan. We're big fans, and we'll continue to be fans of yours, whatever you choose to do. And Coach, great job this year with your boys, and we're looking forward to watching you guys next year.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Hayden.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, guys. All right, Scaggs, we got 2 down, 1 to go. Do you think these Wallace boys are ready for it?
I don't know. I had to create a special. Yeah, I got Sean's help, recruited him to create a special flyer for him because I heard they were getting in trouble.
Heck yeah. Well, let's do it. We're gonna bring on the kids from Wallace, Cooper Miller and Marley Pierce. How are you guys?
You have to unmute yourselves though.
Oh, I have to unmute them. My bad.
Oh, doing well. Thanks for having us. Doing great.
Yeah. So I heard through the grapevine, it was from a good source, that you guys are getting in trouble watching our Prepcast on your Chromebooks at school.
There's been some accusations, but nothing has been proven. So
I love it. No, we actually on Twitter, I put out a flyer that you can feel free to print off if you want.
Absolutely. Print it off.
We'll make sure to get a hold of that. Yeah.
And tell them that they can give us a call anytime they want. Get a hold of us.
Yeah, that's right.
That's awesome.
Hey, awesome job this year. Your team was lightning in a bottle, man. It was awesome to watch and what you guys were able to do. And so I just first off want to congratulate you on a great season, making it to the semifinals and losing to a really, really good team. But you guys did not. There was no quit in your team. Hayden got a chance to watch you guys, quite a bit, and I got a chance to see you guys quite a bit this year. And something that just stands out from us is, Like, how hard is it to distribute the ball to that many great athletes?
I mean, it's tough. You have Lennox Radford, Henry Larson, the big Gus Scott, Ashton Holbert, all those guys just so talented, able to go up and get it wherever I throw it. I mean, sometimes, you draw plays and you're like, well, this one will be for Henry, this one for Lennox. You just have to almost distribute before the play even happens. So, yeah, it's tough, but the guys, they're never selfish. They're never like, oh, I want the ball. No, they just want whatever's best for the team. And I'm really thankful to have each and every one of them.
And then Marley on the defensive side of the ball, I think it kind of gets overlooked a little bit just because some of the gaudy numbers your offense pulls up. But you guys were pretty darn good this year too on the defensive side of the ball as well. And you had over 120 tackles or something like that on the season.
111 solo, 140 assists or total.
111 solo. Just pull it off the cuff. No, but so teams focus on the offense so much. Do you think that actually gives you a benefit on the defensive side of the ball at times to be able to kind of pull more surprises? You guys can give new looks or different looks that maybe they didn't see on film because they were keying so hard on what was going on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think most teams watch our defense just because our offense is so dominant. But all those athletes on offense do just as much on defense. Reese Williams, other main contributor for tackles, over 100 total. So that always helps. And Lennox Radford, what do you have? 3 interceptions this year, 2 interceptions. So he's good for the turnovers. And yeah.
So how much fun was this season? Because you guys went down and you stumbled last year in your first round game. And then what did that set up for this year? Because I know you guys are pretty young last year. You had some seniors that were pretty good that graduated, but returning the core nucleus of this team and having the success you did, did you guys think that it was going to turn out the way that it did going into the season?
I think the main thing this year was we graduated those seniors that you talked about, Julian Davis and Garrett Clark, huge leaders on our team. So we were kind of wondering who's going to step up and take that spot. And Gus Scott did a phenomenal job doing that, leading our guys. And before the season, I honestly didn't really know what to expect. We had some new factors, Lennox Radford transferring in from Coeur d'Alene. I was really excited. I think I kind of knew our offense would kind of be electric, maybe some ups, maybe some downs, but we'd always make things interesting. So, I'm proud of our guys and proud of the way that we competed all year.
That's awesome.
Scaggs, I feel like I'm sitting in front of some in a D1 environment. These guys are answering questions professionally. I'm very blown away. There's no nervousness at all. Cooper hops up, just rips off these questions. I got to ask you guys this. Maybe you don't know the question. As the Wallace Minor Athletics looking good boys, who's the man behind this, or who's the woman behind this?
Behind the Wallace Minor Athletics account.
Yeah.
It is my dad. It is the athletic director, Corey Miller. He loves our social media account, loves commenting on all the prepcasts, and he has a lot of fun doing it. So, yeah.
So is he the reason you're getting in trouble more than actually you guys doing things? Is he actually telling the teachers that's what's going on? So you can blame him?
It might be him. He might be tattling on us. I'm not sure.
Henry Larson says Marley's a tackle magnet. Makes my job easy.
Yeah, he's a fellow linebacker.
So I was going through the stats with Cooper, with your dad, and I found some going back through and trying to use AI and using all the record books that are available, trying to find numbers on stuff. I don't know if you stat chase or anything like that, and I don't think that that's probably first in your mind at all. But since they were keeping records, the total record for yards in a career was only 8,002. So far, you're at 8,068 as a sophomore, and that was Ty Kep. And so I would consider yourself in pretty good company if you're already top of Ty Kep's numbers.
No, what he's done at Kendrick, first year, winning the state championship. And I watched him actually as an 8th grader. I went to Montana Tech camp, and Ty Kep was a senior quarterback at Kendrick, and some of the things that he could do with the football is just amazing. Really fun.
I was going to ask, are you guys even old enough to watch Ty Kep? I mean, is he like, was that before you guys' time?
Barely 20, dude.
Yeah, no, what is he? 19, 20? Yeah, no, he's.
We went to camp with him.
I wasn't sure.
I played against him. What?
No, he special quarterback, special athlete.
Yeah, and so, kind of going through those numbers too, like 71 passing touchdowns, 52 rushing touchdowns, and a receiving touchdown. Is there a play or two that sticks out in your mind? Because I know that receiving touchdown was pretty stinking cool.
The punch, right, shift, rocket toss is what we called it. But no, Lennox, he's been talking all year. He said, I have a higher completion percentage than you do now because he completed those two passes. So, no, he might have probably happier about the play than I was. So, no, that was a fun. Coach Young drew up a phenomenal play for that. So, that was a lot of fun.
Is there a game on the schedule this year that really stood out to you guys that in your mind was kind of that moment where you're like, yeah, this is why we're doing it. This is, what high school football is all about.
I think that game probably came against Salmon River in the first round of the playoffs. Lots of ups and downs. We were down 38-30 at one point, and we just kept fighting. We kept battling, and I think that carried over to the Genesee game. We found ourselves in the same position, down 14 in the fourth quarter, 6 minutes left, and we were able to battle again and come back and win in overtime. So just a lot of resilience from our guys, we brought a lot of pride, really, in our system and what we were there to do. So, yeah, just Sam River was probably that game for me.
I think it was either one of our Genesee games. One of my uncles, he's a Wallace coach. His brother is a Genesee coach, so a little family rivalry there with Genesee, and it was great to face him against or in the playoffs and regular season.
Well, and you got him in the one that really mattered too in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess who was there for that game-saving tackle? None other than Marley Pierce. So.
Yep. No, that's awesome. I mean, that was the highlights are all over the place in that game too, because you look at the scoring stat sheet and it was just the score chart was bananas for that football game. I don't know if I've seen that where there's over 138 points or something like that scored in a high school game, and just crazy. Yeah.
No, that was a lot of fun to play and a lot of fun to compete against those guys. Really great guys at Tennessee. I don't think that gets pointed out enough between teams, but really good guys, really respectful, helped us up, we helped them up. I mean, just a gentleman's game too.
I think that could be a good segue into our list, Hayden.
Absolutely. We got to say that Jared's in the chat. He knows he has some well-spoken boys, and he's proud of them and way to represent Wallace. Absolutely. But yeah, let's hit it. Why not? The 2A, 1A player of the year is Cooper Miller, the offensive player of the year spot, and Peter Story, defensive player of the year, and then head coach of the year, Jason Hansen from Genesee, as he turns the program around up in Genesee and gives you guys a battle of a game. You guys didn't play Logots this year, but Marley, I'll ask you, what do you think of Cooper, since Cooper doesn't seem to talk about it too much?
I mean, just a crazy athlete everywhere he goes, on the basketball court, football field, all of it. Great golfer too. I mean, you can slap him anywhere, I think, and you turn out a great football player, great athlete. So
you're pretty good at pickleball, Cooper?
Me and Marley both, we dabble in some pickleball here and there. So
you start throwing out like PE games. Who's going to be the best?
Yeah,
who's better at kickball, you or Marley? Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Oh, I had a feeling this segment was going to be good. It's way over my expectations. All right, Scaggs, let's hit it. Let's hit the offensive.
Yeah, let's go to the offensive list, because I know that you guys are going to know a bunch of these kids too. Offensive line up front: Travis Hicks from Kendrick, Nathan Kimberling from Kendrick, Colt Kep from Kendrick. You're going to see a theme here. Jacob Beck and Avery Smith from Potlatch, Jesse Christensen from Logots, and Ryland Skinner from Kamei. This list is going to be bigger than everybody else's too, because there's more schools. Wide receiver, we got Henry Larson from Wallace, Cade Silflo from Kendrick, Nathan Twite from Kendrick, Greg Hayes from Court of Christ, Jacob Meckling and Nolan Hubbard from Deary, and Noah Bowman from Genesee. Let's just start with those two areas on the left there. Talk about Henry, because Henry had a phenomenal season. But what does he mean to your team?
I mean, to our team, he's just everything. He's a leader. He's vocal. He picks guys up, and just in the beginning of the season, we didn't really know what to expect from him. He's coming back from an ACL injury, his freshman year in basketball. He hadn't been playing football for a little bit. He played quarterback his freshman year, all-league quarterback. But no, he really came to shape in probably the second half of the season. I could throw it up to him and he'd go get it. And then when he'd go get it, we'd high-five each other and move on. He isn't this guy that makes a big scene. He just puts his head down and works every single play.
That's awesome. So we'll go to the quarterback side. Maddox Kirkland from Kendrick, Grant Clemens from Court of Christ, Jackson Banks from Genesee, and Lawson Landmark from Kamei. At running back, Orion Stewart and Tanner Clemenhagen from Kendrick, John Denke from Court of Christ, Lennox Radford from Wallace, Everett Oatman from Kamei, and Cameron Holmes from Genesee. And at the athlete tight end position, you got Baxter Covington from Logos, Levi Gehring from Prairie, Peyton Chapman from Clarkport, and Aries Maberly from Timberline. We've talked a lot about your team. We know Lennox. He's a great kid, great athlete, transferred in. He's a sophomore. On this list, you can pick – let's have you guys each pick like two dudes from this list, because I know you've played a bunch of these kids that stand out to you on our list as a opponent that you faced.
Oh, man. John Denke for sure from Court of Christ. I mean, oh, man. Real tough athlete to play against. He really ran it down us when they played us. Really just demoralizing playing against him, because he just does not go down. I mean, so fast and just hits the whole heart. I mean, hard to tackle for sure.
Yeah, for me, another Court of Christ kid, Grant Clemens. Me and him have a great relationship. We've been friends for a while, ever since our freshman year. We're in the same grade, so we'll have this whole thing throughout high school. But just a great guy to compete against, and he can do some special things with the ball. To Greg Hayes, phenomenal receiver, but Grant Clemens, really special player, can use his feet too, and yeah, just smart, makes good decisions, does exactly what he needs his team to do. So, and put up a great fight against Carey, just couldn't quite come out with one. They're eventual state champions.
I agree. That game, he went out for that fourth down play, and that was the difference in the ball game. And I thought that if he was in the game there, they'd get the first down, and they were driving. I really expected to see an upset there, but no, phenomenal seasons from all those kids. So let's take a look at your side of the ball, Marley, because you're going to find yourself on this list. Defensive line, Blake Clark from Deary, Colt Kep from Kendrick, along with Nathan Kimberling, Josh Prince from Logos, Dylan Lockhart from Kamei, and Reese Williams up front on the defensive line. And at linebacker, you've got Orion Stewart from Kendrick, Damian Ochoa from Kamei, Chris Schumacher from Prairie, Marley Pierce, there you are, from Wallace, Tumudi Moses from Clearwater Valley, and John Denke from Court of Christ. And then you go on the defensive backfield, Nathan Twite from Kendrick, Cade Silflo from Kendrick, Raleigh Rotsitzender from Kendrick, Slater Kuther from Lewis County, Gavin Schoening from Kamei, Baxter Covington from Logos, Beckett Byer from Court of Christ, and Lennox Radford from Wallace. And then your special teams player of the year, Lennox Radford, returning the kicks and punts for Wallace, was our player of the year on the special team side. On this list, I mean, there's some guys, and you talk about Reese Williams, his stat line was I think he had, 19 tackles for loss on the year?
Yeah, he had 19, I had 25, so he's a great guy to have on the line.
So I know I'm figuring something out here that Coop's like, I don't really care about stats, and Marley's like, he's like, got him at will.
No, a little healthy competition between Reese and Marley every day. So
yeah,
that's good.
He overshadowed me a little bit last year on the defensive side of the ball. So, I'm soaking it in this year.
It's like you got your up and comings, right? So let's talk about next year real quick, because you guys are going to be playing a 2A schedule. Coop, are you excited for that task?
No, I'm super excited. A lot of great contests to be had in 2A. You talk about Logos moving up to 3A and Kendrick coming down to 1A, but Kamiai and Grace, those teams are just forces. So it'll be fun to compete against them and see how we can compete. And Tri-Valley coming up. Yeah. Them too. They're joining us. So.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch, and I'm excited to see the growth of your program and watching where you guys have been in the past and where you are now is just nothing short of awesome. And we wish you guys the best, especially I know playing basketball, you've got that. I was actually talking to an official from District 2 about you, Cooper, and he's like, that's probably one of the nicest kids I've ever talked to on the basketball court before. That was a compliment of you that he did your game at Genesee last week, and he's like, yeah, Coop seems like an awesome kid because he was the most polite kid on the floor out of anyone.
Yeah, that's awesome. I try to be respectful, and sometimes the way I think about it is if you're on good standings with the officials, maybe they, tie ball game goes to the guy you like more. So,
dude, you gonna run for office or something someday?
Yeah, speaking of that, Sean Kane says, I know who the new host of the Prepcast should be. I agree. Yeah. I think I'm going to take off next week. And it's all you.
It's all you guys. Yeah.
Jace Bennett also says, Coop, no shout out for pickleball. What the heck, Coop?
You want to talk about a phenomenal pickleball player?
He is an athlete on the pickleball court, just a force.
We need to have a pickleball episode, I guess, now, too. We got to do one of the rankings for them, too.
North Idaho Pickleball Prepcast.
Congrats on the great year, and just keep up the great work. You're doing a great job, and you're phenomenal representatives of your school and your community. And I think Hayden and I will both echo that you guys just do such a great job, and your teammates do as well, and your coaches. And so you got a lot to be proud of. And kudos to a great season. It was fun to watch you guys. It was an unfortunate end in losing that Tri-Valley game because I was the only person that picked you to win. So don't forget
sorry.
Yeah, Hayden picked against you.
Hayden.
Yeah, come on, man.
I had all my eggs in the Tri-Valley basket. It worked out well for me.
Yeah, it's like if you want to send me a hat, go ahead. Yeah. No. So thanks for joining us. Have an awesome Thanksgiving. And
what's your gift? Yeah.
Yeah. What do you?
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with the sweet potatoes with the marshmallow on top.
You're not good, man.
No, I make a mean pumpkin chiffon pie every year, little graham cracker crust. So yeah, that's what I contribute to the Thanksgiving table. So yeah,
dude, Cooper's like 40 years old. He's like the dude in like bench warmers. He just like holds out the slip of paper and says, "I'm 12." He's like really a 40-year-old guy that's like, "Oh yeah, I cook. I public speak. It's no big deal."
No, I'm actually familiar with this booth. I commentate the girls' basketball games, so. That's a lot of fun, too.
That's awesome.
Well, we need to get
Marley, hold on real quick before they cut you loose, because do you have anything embarrassing about Cooper, about the guy sitting next to you?
Oh, I mean, he's just, I don't know. He's always got his eyes out. He's pretty straight and narrow.
Okay.
I can't really think of anything.
Is that because he's got something on you?
No, Marley's the same way as me. Just really great kid. So we try not to get ourselves in too much trouble.
We try.
Other than the prepcast in class, I'll admit it, but no.
No, we'll get you a copy of the note so you can get it feature next week. So thank you guys for joining us. And I think if we ever decide to quit doing this abruptly, we found the replacements for us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us on, guys. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks, guys.
That was
insane. Sean says Cooper is who we thought he was.
100%.
I agree. He also texted me.
Exceeded expectations. Yeah, him and Marley exceed expectations.
He texted me. He's like, "Do those guys have note cards?" I'm like, honestly, I don't know.
No, they got a broadcast class at Wallace that does such an awesome job too. And yeah, that's those kids, man. That school is full of kids like that too. That's the cool thing about that program.
That's awesome. That's remarkable. Scaggs, we have 2 more quick segments. We'll try to wrap this up. 2A football. It wrapped up last week.
It did.
It did.
Yeah.
And
great job on the call, by the way. You did a phenomenal job. Yeah.
Thanks, Scaggs. It was a fun one to be a part of with Tim Silflo and Brandon Bainey.
Yeah, all those beanie weenie arts.
The beanie weenie, yeah. If you listen to the broadcast, you would know what was going on. Yeah, so Kendrick comes away with the win, 54-26. I'll give you my 2 cents of that game, Scaggs. I thought Logos played. I didn't think Logos played their best game in the first half, and I thought Kendrick did. And I thought Logos was in a true spot to maybe win that game if they didn't have some of the, just unopportune errors. They had the fumble on the opening drive. That could have been a difference maker. And then it's just Kendrick with these, a couple penalties here and there. Kendrick was playing great. I don't know if Ty Kep might disagree with us, but I thought Kendrick played a really good game. Second half comes around and the ball just starts getting thrown on the ground left and right. I mean, had an opening fumble on the kickoff to start the second half by Tanner Clemenhagen. Then Logos gives it right back, and then Kendrick turns it back over. And then, I mean, there was 4 or 5 turnovers in the second half alone, and it kind of turned into a game where we thought, 34-20 heading into the fourth quarter. Holy cow, Logos gets a stop. Maybe they come away with the win. And one play, Kendrick scores. It's 42-20. And you're like, oh, boy, Kendrick might have just shut the door.
Yeah,
so they wrap it up and win. But crazy game.
You can almost feel the air getting sucked out of the building when that touchdown happened to open the fourth quarter. And it was that hill that was like a speed bump to climb for Logos turned into a mountain pretty darn quick. And the way that Kendrick was playing offensively, you nailed it with, I think that it was just a flawless, opening half of play calling was great. The script was great from Coach Kep, and you wouldn't have ever thought that was his first year of coaching. And his assistants, deserve a ton of credit too, and he'd be the first one to say that as well. And that's not taking anything away from Logos. I thought Logos came in with a phenomenal game plan, and they were matching Kendrick athlete for athlete. It was a super competitive game. But the turnovers and the penalties in my mind was where the game really separated. And when Logos was on the giving end of those penalties, especially in the third quarter, and, I think Kendrick had the ball. It's like, fourth down? And there was a penalty on fourth down and ended up giving him a fresh set of downs. And then Kendrick went down and scored a touchdown. That was kind of the turning point in my mind in that half of like, it's just, kind of shooting yourself in the foot. But it doesn't take away. I think it was a great ball game by those two teams that are just generational teams. If Kendrick doesn't exist in 2A, that's Logos' championship. It really is. I think the only reason that Logos wasn't hoisting the blue trophy is because that team from 30 miles away was sitting right there next to him. And that's the unfortunate thing. Logos is going to go to 3A next year in football only, and that is going to be a team to keep an eye on. It really will. There's a lot of talent coming back from this year's group, and there's a lot of depth. That's the other thing that's just kind of eye-popping. They may be one of the largest teams in 3A next year as far as numbers go for turnout. And that goes a long way with how you practice, being able to go 11 on 11 and having the hats in there and the guys that you're going to have actual talent at those positions. That's going to be a big deal for that group next year, making that transition going up.
Yeah, no, there's no question. I think, speaking of that 3A classification, that was the best game of the weekend. Napa Christian wins on the last play of the game on a defensive stop on a 2-point conversion in overtime.
Phenomenal game too. Yeah,
that was a crazy game. That was the best game of the weekend. I think that Kendrick Logos game was the next best. I know that Kimberly and Homedale was a close matchup, but I had somebody the next day was like, wow, what a snoozer. You guys went to that. You went to the Kendrick game. I'm like, are you serious? That was a phenomenal game. Yeah. That was super close. It was super competitive. 2 great teams, great coaching staffs. That was the most fun I had all year. Like it was as much as entertaining a game as you can have outside of maybe Genesee and Wallace. Like it was incredible how good of a game it was. And it was, it wasn't sloppy. It wasn't like teams are scoring every play. It was a really just solid football game.
Other thing that I think stood out in that game is, and it kind of picked up on the broadcast, you could hear it at times, the place was loud at times. Like the crowd was in it. And that was, for the kids, that's got to be exciting. I know they only opened one side of the dome for the fans, but it still was just, people were in it the entire game. It was loud till the very end.
Oh, there was a lot of people there. There were people from obviously Moscow and Kendrick, but there were people from, Kamei, all over the White Pine. Yeah. And then there was also people from 3A that came to the game to watch Logos and scout them. So ridiculous turnout, especially for that, for an 8-man football game. It was one of the best turnouts I'd ever seen for that small of a classification. So I was blown away with the turnout, just the atmosphere, everything about it was a blast. And yeah, kudos to Kendrick. And now we have a 2A champion it's wide open next year. There is, Wallace is in the mix, Camia is in the mix, Tri-Valley's in the mix. Like it's wide open next year.
Yeah,
because those two teams went in opposite directions. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you start prognosticating early on, and they'll probably talk about it in the 8-man Prepcast tonight. But that's a deep field of talent. Let's just call it what it is. I think because you throw Prairie in the mix, there's a lot of schools that are returning some great players. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. And then you got Kendrick going back down to 1A, and then you got Cary returning quite a few of their kids from their state championship team. So that looks like it could be a collision course. You might see those two teams, barreling towards one another. And, we give a final tip of the hat, though, to that senior class from Kendrick. I mean, good grief, you win a state championship every single year in high school. And what great kids were on that group, too, is just, Ty was in borderline tears at the end of the game, and got that cool moment hugging his brother was awesome too. And he had to have scripted his speech though.
Dude, that was the most professional. That was such a beautiful speech. I was blown away.
It was awesome. He knew to even thank Derry West, like right off the bat. Thank you, Derry West. And I'm like, yeah, he's been writing this for probably 3 years.
He's been writing it since his junior year of high school. He's just sitting on the thought that he's going to be the head coach of Kendrick. That speech was impressive. So was Coach Holloway's. I really liked his as well. It was just such a fun game.
Two programs extremely complimentary of one another too, and that was that showed in the competition on the field that there's an immense amount of respect between those two programs. And playing a league opponent in a state championship game is a special moment. And that was pretty awesome to see. That, we see it a lot in the East. We don't see it very often up north. And the fact that we got to be front row to it was pretty cool.
Yeah, no question. Well, as we end this Prepcast, all North Idaho football teams will be released on social media in some form, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter or X. So hopefully all the kids can find that.
Share this Prepcast. It was a ton of fun, and we want to thank, Brock Yarborough for jumping on, and Coach Swift and Keenan, and then Marley and Cooper who are gunning to take our jobs, and probably doing a better job of this than we even do it. So we just want to thank all of our guests that jumped on with us to make this a really special show. And personally, just wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. There's a lot to be grateful for, and we live in an awesome state. And we get to do this. I mean, we get to talk about high school sports as part of something that we do. It's not my full-time job, but it's probably my favorite job other than being dad. And so I love doing this, and being able to bring kids on and put the spotlight on them is a pretty special moment.
Absolutely with you there. Next week we'll be into basketball, and the other thing that we, dropped in the comments is that we're going to be dropping power rankings every single week for the rest of the year, as much as we can, as many as we can come up with. So if you guys have any ideas for what we can power rank, drop them in the comments. Give us ideas.
One, yeah.
whatever piques your interest, whether it's like the best dynasties in sports, in the sports world, whether it's the best football teams of the year, whatever, or even basketball. As we get deeper into basketball, who are some of the best basketball teams, maybe the best players, whatever it is, whatever you guys want to see, we want to do it. We have a couple ideas that we're gonna put forward in the next couple weeks. We're gonna
have a cool episode coming up in the next,
and we have more upcoming too. So there's a lot on the North Idaho Prepcast. We can't reveal that one yet, but definitely drop your ideas.
So people you either love or hate, and we're gonna have them on the show, and it's gonna be amazing.
No doubt.
And it's not you and me, because people either love us or hate us. But yeah,
that's very true. Especially if you pick against Wallace. Yeah, it happens. You pick against the Cubs. I
heard you're giving the graduation speech at Nampa Christian, so congratulations.
Thanks. I really look forward to that one. I look forward to getting my gear this week too. I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, congrats to all the athletes statewide on a phenomenal football year. And more than anything, congrats to all the parents and bus drivers for surviving the season. And it takes a village. And as a former coach, we look at the athletes on the field, but for every kid, there's probably 10 to 15 people behind them that allow them to be out there on the field. So all those people behind the scenes, yeah, thank you for sharing your kids with us and being able to let us talk about them. And I think that's the coolest part about this job, is that we get to build relationships with some really, really great people, from Idaho County all the way to Boundary County. We got some awesome people in North Idaho, and we're happy to be able to spotlight them.
Yeah, couldn't have said it any better. Well, I hope you guys all enjoy your Thanksgiving, and we will be back on Wednesday, our regular time, a week from now in the month of December. So that's it for us on the North Idaho Prepcast. That's Ryan Scaggs. I'm Hayden Uhlenkott, and we will see you guys later.